let me tell you something. I looked through all the comments. I'm so sorry that I cannot respond back to the comments, right? And I wish that's what I'm gonna start doing. Before I come on and I start to talk about something, I'm just gonna go through my different comments and I'm gonna relay or reply back to it because right now I'm gonna tag this live to the video. But right now they're having like the biggest discussion within one of the videos that I put up is with the black man that's talking about some guys will only choose a whore, right? I don't mean to be vulgar, but I have to be like that, right? Because you have some men that will choose a certain particular woman because of what the next woman is asking or demanding. It's not that some women are demanding that. It's just women, our job is to, when some women see the greatness that you have within in yourself, it's like a demanding of something other than yourself, right? So when you have a man that's dealing with a woman who don't really care about, um how can I say this, that don't really care about him being the best version of himself that he can be, because that's all that it is. I feel like if a woman let you cheat, if a woman let you do this, that, and the third, if a woman let you do this and this, that, and the third, I think that they're not strong enough, right? So let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, world. So currently, right now, me and my oldest brother, we're not talking. We're not talking. He's so mad at me right now. He's mad at me because I don't like his wife. It's his legal wife, but I don't like her, right? He didn't even invite me to his wedding because I was gonna go to his wedding, and I told him once that nigga got up there and he said, "Do anybody in the congregation feel like this wedding should not go on? I swear for all the energy and all the life forces that I have in my body," I was gonna say no. So he didn't invite me. He made my aunt go to the wedding so she could witness this, and he was like mad at me, but I didn't approve of his wedding. I still don't approve of his wedding because his wife is soft. You like, no. I know my brother, right? I know my brother, and my brother needs a woman. This is what a woman is. A woman have to be able to be so strong, especially dealing with certain individuals. This is why certain relationships do not work. This is why certain relationship does not blossom, because of the woman. And I feel like this, and this is why for us women, why certain shit doesn't blossom, why it doesn't work, it could be because of the man. Now they're all going in, people are having their own perspective, but that's my truth to it. No, 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 no. I keep saying that. No, 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 because how can I look at it? The same way when we go outside and we are a representation, I cannot say that word, of who we are, meaning our mate, our man. That's the same way when he go outside. He represent us, but most importantly, he should be having himself at a higher standard where he knows how to be, right? But like I said, if you have a woman within your life that's just letting you mm, just do whatever, that's how I could feel. Or not do whatever, but don't put those, like, no, motherfucker, like, you gonna respect me. Like, no, 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 you have to move accordingly. And I always say that because you really never really know um the people, and you have a lot of different businesses, deals, and different things that certain men, other men, and thank you for Scarface, because Scarface said that on his interview. He said, because he's married, and he said that if he's even trying to do business or deal with another man and he's married, especially legally married, if a nigga legally married, and he said that he's cheating his wife, he said they're not even going to do business with people like that, because if you can't show some type of a loyalty and some type of respect towards your wife, and other niggas know that you're cheating on their wife, they're going to be like, I don't want to do anything. Because how you don't at least respect somebody who's legally married to you. So I definitely agree with that. I do. Some and it's sad because I feel like some men get the shortest of the stick, because why am I here? The same way I want a man in my life, I'm just saying, I'm just putting the story how it is. I would want him to challenge me. Like, who the fuck don't want to be with somebody that want to challenge you just for you to just be the best that you can be? To have some type of a, I don't know, character, some type of a moral and stuff like that. So when you have a man that just deals with a weak woman, his results is going to be weak, right? And it's not necessarily okay, wait after time, he have to wait after time. That can be the case of it sometimes. But I think when some guys really understand it and they know that, because you have some guys who be like, yo, my wife is not with all that shit, like this is that and the third, because she demands more from me. And because a lot of women don't put that demanding part, not demanding, but like no, you have to respect me. Who I don't I'm that, and that'd be so fucked up, because men are the leaders, right? They are the providers. They go, they have to do this and that and the third. And then dealing with whatever the woman is doing or however it can be, I think that's very, very like disrespectful, especially to, who she is or what she's trying to do and this is that and the third. Like, that's the worst. That can be the worst, especially when you're legally married. That's why I'm like, I'm so against all of that shit. Like, because people don't understand that. Like, when you're legally married to a nigga, like, you can't be doing that. And everybody plays with that. And a lot of people don't know. And I'm so happy that Kitty Rose was going over that shit on Instagram, because a lot of people don't know. Once you get a divorce from that person, you're still married to that person until that's how the covering, underneath the covering of God and shit like that. You still married to your ex-spouse until this nigga die. Like, there's no grace, there's no covering over it. And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't. So they play, they toy with fucking marriage. Then you just have some women who just want to say that they fucking married to a nigga just to control him and all of that other stuff. Like, that's how that shit go. And then that's how a lot of marriages like go downhill, because they just think differently, they act differently. And I always say, for it's the same shit, it's just coming to legal documentations or different things and the way you go it. And that's why it's important for people to have the covering, meaning the covering over with God and stuff like that, to really understand what it's saying within a union and having a union. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't really like get to know people for who they are. And I'm running that shit on my thing. That's a confirmation. For a lot of women, don't know their man. They don't know what pisses them off. They don't know when they're getting aggravated. They don't know. You should know when something is wrong. You should know how much stuff that you should, like, you're doing, you could tick him off, or you should be able to hear within his voice or get a feeling like, hold on, just something is just not right with him. You know what I mean? I have to find out what's right with him. Or you have just some men who just have a fucking bad day. A bad day. How the fuck you say you love him so much, but you're gonna let him stay in that fucking room all fucking day? I don't care how much he yells and screams. I don't care that he's throwing shit at the door. I don't care. And some women don't understand that. For, yes, it can be very, very abusive sometimes. Not abusive like physically, but I mean like verbally. But you have to understand, like, and if people don't really understand the whole core of that, and that's our job sometimes as a woman, and a lot of women don't understand that, especially when a man is in his darkest hour. Because when he's within his darkest hour, you have to be like the light for him to be able to get up, not just let him stay there, not just let him be in a dark place, not just let him give all types of motherfucking excuses why this is that and the third. Like, no, baby. And that's why I say that some people, all of us on this earth, are designed for a Pacific partner, because I know how to feed him. I know how to be able to breathe life in him. I know how to fulfill him. I know how, before he even goes off a track and he's about to get in that dark moment, it's for me to be able to stop that, and to be like, I don't care, I don't care how many bucks you can call me all types of motherfuckers and this that, because That's the severity of sometimes, which is men being like that. And then you can only understand when you go over to a wife that have to deal with a husband, or a husband that have to deal with the wife who have just came back from war, the different post-traumatic stress, the different things that they're going through, you know what I mean? They have to be so strong and be there every step of the way. Like, I wouldn't give, like, oh god, here I go again, I'm getting in trouble. Like, I don't even gotta go to. I wouldn't care. Like, you want to go to meetings and shit. Like, I would go and sit with you in meetings. I don't give a fuck. We gotta do 40. I don't know, 125 hours, nigga. I'm gonna be there at every meeting. I'm gonna be there at every support, and I'm gonna make sure that you're there. You don't have. Well, it's a slim chance that you still have women like that are around. But when men intervene and they come in contact with shit like that, they're just so used to getting a bare minimum. Hell yeah, bitches is bare minimum, right? No. Mm-mm. Because the following year, or however that it goes, it's supposed to get better and better and better. And that's how unions get, like, beautiful and shit like that. And that's what makes bonds between different people so beautiful and so strong, is because, through everything, she didn't give up. She didn't leave me like that. He didn't leave me like that. You know what I mean? He was there as much as shit got rough. And that's how it be too for, I don't know, that's like abandonment. Like, how you gonna just abandon somebody, like, their feelings, their emotions, or however it might be? I don't give a fuck how bad it is. And that's why I had a problem with my brother's wife, because she's not strong enough. This nigga is strong, right? He's strong. So, no. Some men need that. Like, who the fuck you just not gonna walk over me like that, nigga? Like, who? No. You got this all messed up. And that's how my brother is. He's he's a bull to the core. And some men, when they're bulls like that, they have to have, like, another force that's gonna be able to be like, don't think you just gonna just do me or do anything like that. And that's what some women have to be. And that's why it be problems sometimes at the end, when shit just becomes so, I guess, so out of whack or so crazy. And that's how, problems start going. And then don't let the ending of something that was so good, so perfect, and you have something, and then somebody wants to walk away and they no longer want to deal with it, then that's where it becomes very, very, tricky. Because the next person, you might not get it like that. Who the fuck? No woman should be content with, no woman should be content. You really think you're gonna come up in here after all that shit that you was doing? Like, oh god. You're like, what? Because, like, nigga, I will put feet and hands on you. Like, bitch, why you talking about that? Because that shit is mad crazy. Like, you was doing all this, that, and the third, but you're gonna come in the house, you're gonna kiss me in my mouth, you're gonna kiss our baby in our mouth, you're gonna do all that other shit, and you was just violating me, nigga. I'm about to go get the shovel from the garage. And some women don't do that, like, and they're okay with that. No, hell no, we ain't having no eggs, no sausage, and orange juice and all of this other stuff, and you done did all of that. Are you kidding me? You out of your mind. And some women don't do that. And then they get mad sometimes, because that's the realization of it. I always say that. No. Because, baby girl, what you are allowing, I'm not going to allow that shit. So, yes. So, I understand why people want to do all of this other stuff. No. And this is what men need. So, that post was very, very good. It was very, very good. And that's what men do. They'd rather deal with a whore than they deal with a real woman that wants, that sees something greater within himself. That's beautiful. When a woman can see something greater within you, nigga, that you don't even know within yourself. Yep. So there you go. And then for the lady who said, I was with him for 12 years and this, that, and the third and all of that. Okay, thank you. And I hope God bless you with another 12 years. And I hope you really, really understand it. Because she said, and I don't want anything and I don't want for nothing. Yeah, you have a whole bunch of other women who don't want for nothing, but they weaker than a motherfucker. So it's two different results. And I hate when some women be like that, because Yeah, you have some women who are a little bit blessed, right? You don't want for nothing. You got everything in the world, but you just not getting treated right. But this other girl, house on the prairie, this man, he might not have whatever, whatever, right? But he best believe he's gonna love his wife. He's gonna take care of it. She's gonna do the same thing, right? So to each his own. I hope every man out there in the world has a very, very, very strong woman, right? Thank God bless. I was telling that shit before. You got some men that's gonna be like, nah, baby. And I love men like that. Like, nah. When we get together, well, what do you want to do? How you want to do it? You know what I mean? Those are different men, and they know that you're special. You know what I mean? They're gonna put life into you. It's not always, a bad thing. It's not. Just like sometimes you got to show people how to love you. Like, you got some people who don't know how to love. You have some people who don't know how to do certain stuff. So you just have to show them sometimes. And that's the worst, because some women be like, I don't want to show this nigga this, that, and the third. But sometimes you have to. And then you have some who be so mad. That's why you got to be careful, too. I always say, bitch, maybe it's just not meant for you to change him or whatever. Maybe it's meant for somebody else to come from, that's coming behind you to do all of this different things. And that's why some women become mad too, because they feel like I did all of this, I did all of that, and now you gonna do all of this with this person. That's called different chapters, new. I guess a learning lesson. I keep telling people are in the season of being restarted, meaning being able to have the chance to do a re button. So through Felicia, he knew if he was doing this as third, and he really had to evaluate himself. Now it's going to be an honor and a pleasure. So the next time that he actually get in a relationship, the next time she actually gets in a relationship, she didn't learn from other relationships, right? So she's not going to bring that baggage. The brother is so funny, for he said, yo, and men are like that. Men are awake. Like, yo, I wasn't your last nigga. Like, and that's how some women be, because they be so destroyed. They be so hurt. And then they get in another relationship with a man and they do him dirty. And that's not right. Right? For I know sometimes it could be very, very challenging. It could be very, very tricky. But you can't put everybody in that same category, right? And now you had a potential of actually being loved by somebody, but because you couldn't like see the difference of it, now you just fucked up somebody who could really love you the way that you need to be loved, right? So that's why I always ask, people to like tap into the discernment, like ask God so you can be able to understand different things and different spirits within people. Yeah. That's totally good. And then a girl was saying on Instagram, she was saying something about she was dating like a guy who had money or whatever, and they think that a guy wants to take care of them or something like that, or before them or however, like. And some men don't have to do that. Jim Jones funny as hell. I love that short. For some women should already be put together. I understand that part. Like, it's a blessing. I always said, like, yo, it's a blessing and it's an honor sometimes when you be able to have that blessing. Like, God is affording you where you can be able to be with a man or a woman or however it go, and you can be okay. You know what I mean? But just because he have it like that or however, like, you have to be already accustomed to that. Like, nobody's responsible to be taking care of shit. You should be able to have like your own motion. You should have been able to doing a whole bunch of different things. You know what I mean? Like, I always say that about rich people with their kids, or people who are in a life like that. You raise your kid up to be so motherfucking materialistic or however it might be, and then all of a sudden they don't have it like that, or you're not providing it, and we're not actually showing our kids the correct way how to get it. Like, my son been working before he even had fucking working papers. You know what I mean? My other son, he working, so these niggas know what it is. You have to have they know what it is. They know if they go to work, they gonna get a check every 2 weeks, every week, every month, right? So if you don't have kids who are already in that motion like that, then they're gonna start doing a whole bunch of foul stuff. I remember I was like that with my son. I was so materialistic. I was buying this nigga a whole bunch of shit. I felt so bad for my baby. I had my baby looking like a goddamn mannequin. He couldn't play. He can't do nothing. He can't do anything. No. You know what I mean? So I really don't care too much about all that stuff. Like it's all cool and dandy, but mm, the value of different things. So yeah, that was a good topic. I like all the comments. I do. I love all the comments. It's so funny sometimes I can post different things and talk about certain things and they just take over. But I love it. It's cool. I would never I told you all of my platforms are open discussion as long as nobody people don't get too carried away that I have to insert myself. But I love when people they have different opinions. Like I'm not always right. I can be wrong. And I would never feel some type of way if somebody interject and be like, "Yo, you're wrong." Me, because I'm a woman, I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me what I was doing and how I was saying it or however it was wrong. I don't live too high in the cloud where when people are saying something, especially like criticism and shit like that, like I take that shit very well. I don't look at it as being disrespectful. I look at it as something I need to actually look at, identify, and change and stuff. Right? So that was a good topic. I see it. God bless you. Don't always think, because women are so bugged out, because some women have been with somebody for a very, very, very long time. Like I'm that type of a woman too. Like I don't be when I come up here and I talk a little stuff. Like I'm the type of person I be in long relationships. I don't be from here to dick the time and this, that, and the third. Like no, 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 no. Some women be in a relationship for a very, very long time, right? And I think sometimes is that like a good thing or a bad thing. Thank you, Gail. How old is Gail? The Gail that be up there on GMN when she's about. I don't want to disrespect her. I don't. I don't know how old she is, but she didn't give up on love. Right. That's a whole different thing. Your boyfriend. I was gonna say your boyfriend is not gonna be like Oprah, right? Because you have to look at it like, and some women be like, it's always a status um like would you date a man or a woman like if they make less money than you or more money than you? I never really like who gives a fuck about it. That's how I be like as long as you happy or whatever, but like that's the status within it. Like but God bless you. I hope you find a man that you looking for, Gail. I really do. And I just hope your ass don't have high standards and shit. People be having their standards be so high that it just fucks up anything. Like you kidding me? Like Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray said, you have to provide for my lifestyle. And you have to, like, bitch, are you crazy? Like, provide for your lifestyle, bitch? You smoking? No, you need to provide for your own lifestyle. You can't tell no man no shit like that. If I was a dude, I'd be like, okay, bitch, provide for your lifestyle. You pay for this motherfucking bill. And I'm out of here. Like, you gotta be kidding me. You was so like that. I ain't throwing no shots at her ass. She was the queen of motherfucking Island and shit. A whole bunch of other stuff. Like, and people are crazy. People are crazy. That's why you have to pay attention to make sure whoever you're with or pay attention. Pay attention. Pay the fuck attention. So let me go. Women, y'all need to cut it out with all of this high standard shit. Like, to each and own. And this is why people get what they get. And this is why people always bounce around from different homes, because they're looking for something. If your ass would have just stayed still, everything could have worked out. You would have really believed in that man and really fed him the way that he needed fed. And that's how it be sometimes. People don't believe in and shit like that. Oh, this nigga, somebody's about to get a real good payout. Somebody then left and jumped shit. And then they get mad. Like, no, you just didn't have it. You were looking for something else, and apparently I just wasn't your taste, right? So that was a good topic. Until next time. Bye-bye.